For the first speaker today, I have the pleasure of introducing Miguel Almeida on the topic of energy cooperatives. He has a degree in economics, and he's been working for several years in the Portuguese Banks in capital and monetary markets and in software implementation for financial instruments and risk management in several different countries, including Portugal, Mozambique, Spain, United Kingdom, and Iceland. He was also a project manager in deploying management consulting projects in Angola for 8 years. But since 2015, he has been managing and is part of the boards of Portuguese entities for social economy, such as Coopérnico, a sustainable development cooperative, and Minga Cooperative, among several others. He is a consultant and advisor for a lot of different cooperatives and associations. And Miguel, we are very excited to have you here. Thank you so much for coming, and I'd like to leave the floor to you.
Okay, thank you, Caroline. Well, I have to confess that since the invitation till today, I did change radically my presentation. Due to, if I'm gonna talk about renewable energies and the RES Coops, the cooperatives for renewable energy, I have to talk about the price of energy today and why the price is so high, and think with you and open some ideas on how to hedge, to avoid or to cover our exposure to these high prices. So I'll start by presenting a little bit what Coopérnico is, and then I'll talk about why the energy prices are so high, and with the example of the Portuguese market and the positioning of Coopérnico in the Portuguese market. So Coopérnico started in 2012. No, well, not properly. It was incorporated in 2013, but the idea started in 2012 when a group of people decided that something had to be done to avoid climate change. Something have to be done in the way we generate energy and we consume energy. And they defended a decentralized production model with more participation from the consumer into the system as a whole. So they look for an instrument to canalize investment into small production, decentralized. Mainly in social economy entities, bringing not only some added value to the system as a whole, but also to the entities that accommodate the PV centrals that they were financing. And the cooperative was the instrument that they found as the best one. I just joined Coopérnico 2 years after that, starting in 2015, and since then we have grown up a little bit. The idea is to have a more sustainable future, involve citizens, in people in the transition for a new kind of economy. So we have today 25 decentralized PV projects, 20 at feed-in tariffs, and well, not 25, today we have a couple more, and 3 that are for auto-consumption of the place where the central is installed. You can see in terms of map how they distribute. And sorry, all this financed by the people. The idea is to produce this energy, inject in the system so that the people can consume back that energy, and we can allow people that live in cities and have more difficulties on producing their own energy to finance the production of the energy that they consume in their households. So objectives, first of all, empowering the citizens, then being an energy supplier in the Portuguese market, what we did achieve in January 2020, get 100% renewable energy from the energy that we deliver to our customers' houses. We did achieve this in June 2020 by buying origin guarantees, because we don't know exactly where the energy that we deliver is produced, and by buying the origin guarantees, we grant that energy was produced by a certain producer. And our future objective is to hedge our energy acquisitions at least for 60% with power purchase agreements or bilateral acquisition agreements with producers, directly with producers, instead of the market, the wholesale market that works a little bit like a stock exchange. And I will explain how it works in another slide a little bit in a few moments. We also have energy efficiency initiatives, meaning we don't want only that our customers consume our energy, we also want that they consume less energy every day. So we do deliver tools to allow people to understand where they are consuming energy and to correct being more efficient on the energy that they consume. We have a software, ID Energy, that is linked, also developed by another RESCOOP and already translated and in use in the Portuguese market. We made several conferences along the country by the continent of Portugal on explaining to people how they can reduce their energy consumptions and how they can be more efficient, that we called Talks with Energy. We are trying, we'll probably in a few weeks prepare an instrument to finance our members to produce their own energy, to install the PV centrals on their homes and being auto consumers, produce and consume at their home the energy that they produce. We are almost ready to launch an initiative to tackle energy poverty, probably with a partnership with Schneider Foundation. And we also want to be a player on energy communities, meaning people get together with their neighbors, with their community, and locally produce the energy that they consume locally, reducing the need to transport energy over the country, and reducing also the need for the big energy production factories that are bringing the price up today. So how does the market works? There are several groups of entities. There are entities that produce energy. There is an entity in Portugal that transports energy. There are 13 entities that distribute energy. One that we all know, that is the incumbent, that owns 99.5% of the distribution grid. And the other ones are small entities, mainly cooperatives from the 30s, 40s of last century. And they have a concession, they have concessions locally and small space. There is also a local community and two other type of organizations. I don't know how to translate them in English, but for the Portuguese guys that are listening to me, they are called Casas do Povo. They also own, there are two Casas do Povo that own concessions, very small concessions. Then you have the entities that commercialize the energy, where Coopérnico is acting since 2020. And there is a parallel market for the guarantees of the origin guarantees, meaning where you can buy the right of saying that the energy produced by that producer was delivered to my consumers. Basically is what this does. There is another wholesale market that connects these guys with these ones here, the producers and the commercializators that deliver energy to our households and to factories and to all the industry. This is the scheme for the energy market, not only in Portugal, but all across Europe. Was the EU that created this kind of market and regulated this market.